Russell Westbrook is definitely one of the most gifted players in the NBA, but my goodness, people need to stop kissing this guy's rear end. It's blasphemous that people think he should win the MVP this season. Yes, he's one of 3 players to have 4 triple-doubles in a row in NBA history. Great for him. But how did the Thunder do in those games when Westbrook had those triple-doubles? They went 2-2 in those 4 games, and the 2 games that they lost were to 2 teams on the verge of making the playoffs. They barely beat a woeful 76ers team in an overtime win, and the Thunder are still in the 8th seed in the Western Conference. Now, if they went from the bottom half of the Western Conference to the 3rd, 4th, or 5th seed, then you have a legitimate argument of Westbrook winning MVP. But they've been in the 8th seed for quite some time. So how are Russell Westbrook's great performances benefiting the team right now? There's nothing really beneficial about them at all. And it drives me nuts when I hear people on SportsCenter saying that Anthony Davis winning the MVP is a bit of a long shot. You can tell when Davis is back in the lineup, the Pelicans are a completely different team, and in his first game back, he scored 39 points, had 13 rebounds, and 8 blocks. Along with that, the Pelicans are on a winning streak right now. How can you sit here and say that Russell Westbrook has more of a chance to win MVP than Anthony Davis? Come on now. If you watch Russell Westbrook closely, you can see that he's out of control when he's on the floor, and when it gets down to crunch time and they need a big play, Westbrook does one of 2 things. He turns the ball over, or he takes a bad shot. And when I say a bad shot, I mean a shot where you sit there and think to yourself, did he really just shoot that? Last night's game against the Chicago Bulls was a perfect example on how to stop Russell Westbrook. The thing with Westbrook is he's very predictable. He either dribbles up the court, shoots at the foul line for an easy 2-pointer, or he drives to the basket. He's a north-south guy. Once you get him moving laterally, he's uncomfortable. Now what the Bulls defenders did last night was they simply stayed in front of him, and they put their hands up in his face, like I said, made him feel uncomfortable, and they forced him to move laterally. As a result of that, what happened? Westbrook tried to force the issue, make it about himself, and he took 4 shots. To me, that doesn't spell MVP. That spells SELFISH. Now, there's no question that the Thunder will make the playoffs, but it's going to be Kevin Durant to get the Thunder over the hump, not Russell Westbrook.